Hello, I'm Caitlin from BlueWare, and thank you so much for joining me again in another BestBond video tutorial. In this video, we're going to go over the audit log screens and the favorites functions. There are two audit log screens in BestBond. There's the patient audit log that covers all actions taken within a patient record, and then there's the encounter audit log that covers only the actions taken in a specific encounter. The favorites function goes over the personalized links that each user creates, and we can learn how to add and modify them. Alright, let's get started. Audit logs are essential for maintaining a safe environment for your patient's information. The BestBond audit log covers every action taken within each user session. There are two audit log screens, the patient audit log and the encounter audit log. The audit logs are accessed by either clicking on the patient ID number or a patient's encounter ID number, respectively. These numbers can be found from all screens within BestBond. The information displayed on either audit log screen is basically the same. The only difference is the patient audit log has an extra column for the encounter ID. For this video's purpose, we're just going to be analyzing the patient audit log, but keep in mind that the information captured by the patient audit log reflects the same information captured in the encounter audit log. You can think of the encounter audit log as a miniature version of the patient audit log. The BestBond audit log is organized by patient. Therefore, each audit log screen will present to you the patient demographic header at the top of the screen. We went over the patient demographic header in the Encounter Select and Patient Demographics video, so if you feel like you need a refresher course, make sure you refer to the Encounter Select screen and Patient Demographics video tutorial. Below the patient demographic header, you will see a table of events that occurred within the patient's record. All actions held within the audit logs are organized by the most recent first. As you scroll down the audit log, you will notice how the rows auto-populate as you scroll. This works a lot like the Google search engine does to help display a large amount of information in a short period of time. Across the top of the event table, you will be able to see the following columns: username, department, provider, encounter ID, document type, date and time, action, and access reason. The username, department, and provider all answer the question, who performed the action? The username obviously is a description of the user, department being their specialty, and the provider being the location the user is associated with. The columns, encounter ID, and document type all describe the object that the user was accessing. Sometimes these columns will be left blank if the action did not correspond with an encounter or a document. For example, select patient. The date and time column helps us determine when the action took place. The action column describes to us what event occurred. And finally, the access reason is a column that safeguards an action from a particular user. For example, if a user doesn't usually need to see certain documents or is unaffiliated with a patient, a prompt will appear to them to ask them why it was that they are accessing the document or performing that specific action. It can be modified that when such an event occurs, a workflow will ignite and the information governance team can step in and review the action to determine whether it was a legitimate access reason or not. This functionality, however, must be activated by BlueWare staff in your hospital. That concludes the audit log tutorial. Should you want to generate a specific report from the information captured in the BestBond audit log, it is possible to do so. However, it is not covered in this video tutorial. Please contact your local BlueWare representative for more information. So let's move on to the BestBond's favorites functionality. The BestBond Favorites menu is accessible from all screens within BestBond. It is a drop-down list of links that you, the user, determine and only applies to your user sessions of BestBond. In other words, they do not affect other users' favorites menu. To edit the links available in the Favorites menu, under the Configuration menu, click Edit Favorites, and you will be redirected to the Edit Favorites screen. To edit the link's description, or in other words, how it displays in the Favorites menu, simply click on the description input field and type in what you would like to change it to. To edit the link's URL, you may do so in the URL input field. To add a new link to the Favorites list, at the bottom of the screen, just click on the green plus sign and a new row will appear below the other links. It is important to note that when you enter a URL, you must type in a full URL, including the http://www portion, or something similar to that. By only typing in, let's say, google.com or www.google.com, it will not suffice. So please remember to always type in a full URL. To delete a link, click on the red button to the right of the link. It will not be deleted until you save by clicking on the Save button below that looks just like a floppy disk. So if you want to undelete a link, just click on the red button again. If you would like to change the order of the links, you can do so by clicking and dragging the link to the position you prefer with the blue ball to the right side of the Delete button. Finally, if you would like to undo all of the changes you've made and to start over, the Reset button that looks a lot like a counterclockwise arrow will reset the links to the original position they were in when you first entered the Edit Favorites screen. When you're satisfied with all of your changes, you may click on the Save button and you'll go back to the Patient Search home screen. That concludes the material of this video. In the next video, we're going to go over user management. In other words, we're going to learn how to add, modify, and delete users. Thank you so much for joining me in this video tutorial, and as always, on behalf of everyone from BlueWare, thank you so much for using BestBond, and I'll see you next time.